Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna give you guys all a little update on the food plots and how they're doing as I get hammered by mosquitoes. But we're down here on that acre plot that's right in the middle of the woods, and it's actually doing really well. I came in here last weekend, I think it was on Sunday, and spread a whole bunch of winter rye, and all that rye is starting to throw roots. As you guys can see right there, that's all winter rye. I put it on pretty thick, but if you look around, you can see there's brassica, there's oats coming up, clovers. That mix is all coming up really nice. The plot's greening up quite a bit. Everything's looking pretty darn good in here. Had a branch come down, it looks like. A couple big branches come down. So far though, I'm really happy about how this is looking and coming. I'll show you some of the clovers. They're actually absolutely huge in here. Right there's one of them. Clover's really growing in here. Surprisingly does get enough sun, I think, to make something happen. I'll get rid of this big stick. I'm really excited to see how this affects the deer movement this fall. Having, you know, it's not a substantial amount of food in here, but it's something. You know, it's something that the deer will have that they can kind of hit as they get, you know, moving toward the big ag fields. And that's kind of what I'm excited about. It's just having something in here. And I love the way that they're using this already. You know, a lot of the deer come out of the thick bedding right here at the end, and they just start working their way right down the plot, right to this pinch right there. It's about 15 yards from the stump 3, and they go right through there. So, you know, with a bow, it's just perfect. We'll go ahead and check that camera right there. I see there's a huge bear track coming right up through that pinch. So it looked like a big bear track. It's one the size of my hand. So I'm gonna pull that card and I'll show you that bear on that card. It walked right by that camera right now, so you guys can see it. This will all be a lot thicker with all this winter rye in here. You can see that one's already shooting up pretty good. Really, all this stuff is looking pretty darn good in here. Over here in this end, it gets a lot more sun, and you can tell just by looking at it down there that it's just coming up a lot thicker right in that end over there. There'll be lots of tender stuff for the deer to eat though, that's for sure. Let's go and we'll check out some of these other plots so you guys can see them. You stay. Well, we made it over to this other acre plot right here, and this stuff is really filling out big time. There was actually 6 or 7 deer out here when I came around the corner earlier. A few 2.5-year-old bucks and some little ones, but this looks really good. It's all really filling out nice. There's some weed amongst it, but there's a lot of brassica in there. It's really exploded the last week here. Looks really good. Let's go check out across the swamp, and I'm curious as to how that real wet area is doing down there where I planted all that winter wheat or rye. Hopefully that's all taken off. Something's ripped into this corn. Deer tracks in here. Everything's shaping up to be really nice. Well, as you guys can see, my wall is held up. We've had some pretty big storms too. So my construction with my bracing has worked out. This all looks really good out here too. Boy, some of this is really, really big. This is 2 acres up here. That's where I've got the stump 4, and I've got this corn screen all the way up the edge. And I'm still gonna get a little wrap around the legs over there so I can get in and out of there, you know, without any issues. But I'd say at this point the food plots are definitely a success. We will have deer come rifle season. That's a fact. Let's go around the back and go down and look at that swamp piece where I planted all that winter rye. Oh, we made it down here, and you guys can see that this all this winter rye is coming up. It's got shoots coming up out of all those seeds. It's gonna be like a green carpet down here. There's tons of rye that's gonna be popping up out. It'll be interesting to see how the deer react to this rye too, compared to the brassicas up here. It'll be fun to watch if, you know, they tend to hit the rye first thing coming out to the brassica, or if they'll walk right through this to get to the brassica, or it's just going to be interesting throughout the year how, you know, the difference essentially. There's a few cameras here. I'm going to pop in and check quick. Look at the leaf on that. That is a big leaf. There is an awful lot of food out here. Holy smokes. Looking good. day. We made it up here to the upper farm plot, and John actually came up with the brush hog this week and brush hogged all the oats off. So this all this clover can come up and get lots of sunlight, and what's really cool is we're going to get a lot of regrowth from all these oats. So if you look down in here, you can see, look at all the oats that are down there under all this thatch. So you're going to get a lot of really fresh regrowth from oats, and the deer love that stuff. Actually, just when we pulled down here, there was 7 or 8 deer that were already out here. Let's see, I've got a woodchuck issue right here. Of course, it dug a hole right in the middle of the food plot. Bugger. This apple tree down here is absolutely loaded with apples. I mean, branches are just falling off of it. There's so many apples. I got a camera up down there. We'll see. There's probably been some bears eating on those. This is going to be really nice. This will attract a lot of deer, I think. I wanted to show you guys this apple tree down here. Look at all the apples on there. I mean, it's loaded. And there, notice there isn't a single one laying on the ground. The deer come and clean these up like immediately. I wanted to mention we got these brand new shirts that are dropping on our website on I think on Sunday morning or Saturday night at midnight. I think they're gonna go live. And we've got 2 other versions. This is our archery antler version right here. It says KEO-VLOGS with an antler and a bow. They're really nice shirts. Kaylee came up with some really cool ideas, and we're gonna have some in like military green, and then some duck blind or duck swamp shirts. I don't know what they're gonna be called yet, but be looking out for them. They're gonna drop on the website this weekend, so we're excited about that. And you're gonna wanna, if you're interested, you're gonna wanna pick them up, because once they're gone, they're gone. So let's go check out the plot up there where I planted all the winter rye last week. That plot was the biggest brassica failure of the year. We've got something's wrong with that soil. We're gonna have to take soil samples next spring and get that figured out, but let's go check that out. So we're up here where we had planted 3/4 an acre. This was planted to tall tine tubers from Whitetail Institute, and it was a total disaster. It was a bust. It was the worst brassica seeding I've had in a really long time. It never amounted to anything. I think this soil is really lacking something it needs bad up here. So next spring I'm going to do soil samples and see what's going on. I came up and spread a couple 100 pounds of winter rye in here, and that's all starting to throw roots, it looks like now. So we're gonna have a lot of winter rye coming up here, which the deer will really like. And of course, that's all different types of clover down there, new seeding the deer are gonna hammer as well. So we'll be able to save it a little bit, but really disappointing. The worst outcome so far of the food plot so far this year. What do you think, girl? You're not very impressed with this one, are you? Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're interested in one of these shirts and a couple others we're coming out with, check out the website KEO-VLOGS.com on Sunday. I think it drops Saturday night at midnight. Thanks for watching, everybody.